wait a minute, you know, that's the way that always goes. By the way, 43 to 48 laps, about what a fuel run is. We're 36 laps in, so I mean, even if you came in now and you filled up and short pitted or whatever, you're gonna be back. So you start betting on caution flags, and that's when you do not want the crew chief's job.
Exactly, that crew chief job. I don't envy Shane, my crew chief, and it's a tough business down that pit box. You know, I always thought it was tough in the West Series. Now you go to the Nextel Cup, the pressure on these guys is enormous. I mean, making decisions right now when you go, it's tough to do in this business.
Well, let's start speculating a little bit about these pit stops that are going to be coming up somewhere probably within 10 laps from now. And remember, Johnny Borneman has said his pit stops are going to be tough, so when he has to make a pit stop under green, it's going to be really tough for him.
It's going to hurt him. He needs he's got to see where Johnny Borneman's pit stall is too. That's a big deal. It's right in front of us here at the start-finish line, so that doesn't hurt him. If he was down at the front, they couldn't push very far. So that at least he's got some room to push, but a green flag stop would hurt him.
Remember, he does not have a clutch in that car, and
when you talk about pushing, he's talking about the crew actually physically having to push that car to get it restarted. And again, talking about athletes. You ever pushed one of those cars with all that adrenaline going? It is it's something to see.
This is
really
a team sport, gang. Everybody forgets this is a team sport. Those 7 men that are going to go over the wall, they're going to get a workout today.
Oh, yeah.
3,300 pounds. There are now 18 cars on the lead lap here. Last car on the lead lap is Nick DeFazio, who is a local driver and running in as a rookie this year in the West Series.
Yeah, Nick, and just to talk about Nick for just a second, you know, he really just wanted to come out and get some laps. First super speedway race ever, and of course his dad runs the Irwindale Speedway over there, Bob DeFazio, and man, I know he's just glad that he's out here running a good, clean heads-up race, wants to get a good finish today. That's the most important thing.
Irwindale Speedway, great speedway. If you guys haven't seen that place, Southern California area, it's just beautiful.
You've had a few fun days over there, haven't you?
Won a few times around that place. It's pretty nice. Look at Clint, though, back up on the bumper.
Yeah, and again, you just wonder a little bit, is Borneman's car, are they still down right at the bottom of the racetrack down there in the corner when they were coming around? So, I mean, cars are still working pretty good.
And remember, they have not stopped for fuel, and so coming up on that pit window, and they'll need to make a stop and, in all probability, take 2 tires as well.
Now, this is where earlier, guys, on that caution flag, we saw those guys in the back come in. This is where it becomes a big deal now, because Scott Lynch, Brett Thompson, some of those guys, they stopped at lap 12. You're saying 45 laps, that's 67. They can make it all the way to the end. Yep. So if it stays green, they have the advantage, those guys that put fuel in.
And Pat, I'll tell you what, they got somebody from Brendan's crew here saying it's time to go, get him ready for practice of this race. So Brendan, we want to thank you for coming by and visiting with us. We'll have more NASCAR Grand National West Series racing on speed when we come back.
Looks like Clint Boyer's closing up here, but be curious to see if this isn't about when Borneman's going to go ahead and bring it to the pit road. We'll see if these two guys come around the same time. They work down the back stretch, and again, 49 laps complete.
We will be halfway this time by here in the King Taco 200. Well, let's head down to the pit lane and Candace.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Johnny Borneman's crew chief, Kevin Cram. Now, Kevin, how are things going so far? We talked to you earlier, talked about the clutch problem. Give us an update.
Yeah, we're about to live that problem here. About lap 53, we're going to see what that's all about. So, car's going good. Looks like the 20 car's a little bit too tight behind us. I think if he got in front of us, he'd probably be gone, but can't get by us right now, a little too tight. So we'll just play with it. Hope I can make it to lap 53 and deal with this clutch deal.
About to need to bring him in for some fuel, I guess.
What's that?
You're about to need to bring him in for some more fuel?
Yeah, lap 53.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin.
Okay, so there's the answer when Borneman's going to come in on lap 53, and I'm pretty sure he'll be taking some tires as well. And remember, without that clutch, getting off pit road is going to be a challenge. And I thought that was an interesting comment that Boyer, that they feel that if he got by him, may just check out, but he's a little tight and not able to pass, and that's been a big advantage.
He's coming to pit road right now. Got to get that car woed up to 55 miles an hour on the pit road to get down and get to the attention of his crew, and we'll see how this stop works out for him as he'll make his first stop.
Young driver who ran last year in the Midwest Elite Series, but he's moving up fast. Richard Childress Racing has him running some Busch Series races out of Emporia, Kansas. sat on the pole here. He's been running second most of the day to Borneman and his crew going to work on the car.
He almost won the Busch Grand National race over in Nashville a couple of weeks ago. Has had just spectacular runs. You see that crew gets the work done very quickly there on the right side. Now moves over to the left for 4 tires.
And you see those are some of the RCR guys. One of Kevin Harvick's crew members on the jacket. He is down and away. An excellent stop for Clint Boyer, your pole sitter.
Nice to have friends, huh?
Yeah, indeed it is.
Scott Gaylord on the pit road there in the 00.
You know, a number of these guys have got some of the Cup and Busch pit guys pitting for them today.
That's one of the big advantages of racing on a weekend when you've got all these other teams here. Some of these guys can go out and get some of that talent as you watch Gaylord pull away in his car.
Also now on pit road,
Jefferson coming to pit road.
Jason Jefferson is on pit road.
Talked about him earlier out of the Northeast. This is one of the guys who's making some of his first super speedway pit stops. Looks like he got into the box well there. They'll get the right sides
and here
changed
comes
on his car.
Your leader is on pit road right now. And that will give the lead over to Ken Schrader, who has not made his stop yet. It's going to be interesting to see, without that clutch, what happens at the end of this stop. And it looks like the crew will change 4 tires as they have on most of these green flag stops. We have had a long green flag run here after an early caution.
Well, they'll all be ready to start pushing here as you're getting ready to see. Watch right here.
And only 2 tires.
He's got to knock it out of gear and then push it and try to recrank it again, hitting the starter at the same time, and they get it fired up. That was really good.
A great job by the crew and a great job by the driver, Johnny Borneman. Did not lose a lot of time there on the pit lane.
There's David Gilliland on the pit road.
So Ken Schrader is the only of the leaders, and Schrader is on pit road as well. Ken Schrader coming to the attention of his crew in the 99 car.
Saw that car, the 88 car, David Gilliland's absolutely one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen on a race car. As you watch Schrader get his Federated Auto parts machine into the box.
Well, his Pontiac is up on the jacks now, and they will change on the right side. Let's see if they'll go around and make a 4-tire change for Ken Schrader.
They made a chassis adjustment there. I saw that. So,
and it is a 4-tire change. You can see through the window the jackman jacking up the left side of that car. 4 fresh tires on for Ken Schrader. Remember that Borneman only took 2 because of that clutch problem, and a good pit stop for Ken Schrader. And we'll have to see now here on lap 55 how this all sorts out after this round of pit stops. That during that early caution, Scott Lynch came in and took on fuel. He is now being posted as the leader, Pat.
But he can't go all the way, and that's all there is to it. There was a speeding penalty on the 25 car, so that is the reason he came back in. And I guess they go ahead and get some more service done if you got to come down on pit road.
But some of these guys now are a little bit out of sequence with the drivers who were leading this race, and that includes Scott Lynch, Mike Duncan in the 9 car, and Brett Thompson in the 61. They are your first 3 cars right now, and then it is back to Boyer in the 20, Borneman, and Ken Schrader now being posted in the 6th position.
Yeah, Mike, that's what we were talking about earlier. You know, you can come in, you can take a chance, get tires and all that sort of stuff and get fuel, and that's going to allow you to stay out in front, you know, for a short period of time. But what obviously is going to happen is if we don't get a caution flag, the track position that you gain, you know, will go for naught because you're going to have to come back in, pit your car, get enough fuel to go the rest of the way, which Scott Lynch does not have that amount of fuel at this time.
But Lynch, who had to go to the rear after changing a motor in the car.
Apparently the 25 car really having some frustrations there. They're going to have to bring him back in again. NASCAR assessing another penalty on the 25. So one of those learning sort of days for Mr. Jefferson today here out on the racetrack. And hey, that's what it's all about. You got to come out here and get some experience, figure out how to get on and off the pit road, and how to do it within the rules that NASCAR sets.
Well, Jason Jefferson ran 3 West races last year, had a win. And we told you Scott Lynch pitted early, so he does have a little bit out of sequence now with everybody else, and so he's posted as the leader. And I think one of the interesting things to watch now, how much power does Clint Boyer have with the fresh tires, full load of fuel, can he get by Thompson, Duncan, and Lynch?
Well, the biggest thing, Mike, is just to get back out and get back to doing what you were doing. You know, get back to getting your rhythm again, find your spots on the racetrack, make sure your car is working as good or better, you know, in both ends of this racetrack, which we've talked a lot about here today. That's the important thing right now. It's not so much about trying to chase somebody down as much as it is about getting the best possible stopwatch time as you can each and every time you get around this racetrack.
Yeah, they've just shown the black flag to Jason Jefferson to come in and get that additional penalty. He's already had one, as we said. Looks like Lynch might be slowing a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to come on in, I imagine, now and make his pit stop is what he should do as he cycles through. And, you know, he figures now he's within his pit window of going ahead and fueling up and having enough fuel to go the rest of the way.
Oh, Scott Lynch on pit road. Lynch out of Burley, Idaho. Charlie Wilson is crew chief.
Ooh, man, he locked up his front brakes, too, as he slid into the box there. Looks like they're going to make a chassis adjustment on his car.
Scott Lynch, who won the championship a year ago as a rookie. Pretty tough to do. And you heard Brendan Gaughan say how much stock that they have in Scott Lynch, how much they think of him, and they think of his abilities as a driver. Graduated from the University of Utah with a communications degree. 4 wins in the series. And Scott Lynch down and away.
That's a racing family there. He's got a brother that races and really does a great job, as well as watch the 9 car now coming to the pit road as well. That is, of course, Mike Duncan.
Duncan, who had been running second. Duncan, who is second in points. 1 point behind Mike David after 2 races. Duncan Chevrolet. Bill Sedgwick, the chief on that car. Sedgwick with 17 wins in this series.
Talk about a veteran.
Yeah, quite a name. And Mike Duncan finished second in the points last year, just 14 points behind Scott Lynch.
Only 1 caution flag, but a pretty clean race so far, Mike. Really has, and that was really a single car incident.
Absolutely. In this field, because of this long green, and you've talked about it, Pat, is really strung out. Almost anywhere you look on this racetrack, you're going to see a car. And so we cycled back around now, and Boyer, your pole sitter, is now posted as the leader.
I think everybody has made their pit stops at this point, so we should be back to where we were initially, with exception of Borneman and being behind Boyer as opposed to in front of him. And a lot of that just may be all on the pits. You know, the fast pit stop that Boyer had, and of course they had to push Johnny's car off because of the clutch problem that he had.
Borneman in the second position in the 99. There is Ken Schrader going for second place. Whatever changes they made on that machine must have really helped it, because Schrader now in second.
Just went around Johnny Borneman.
It'll be interesting to see if Schrader is ready to make a move or can make a move on Clint Boyer. We'll have more of the King Taco 200 from the California Speedway in a moment. Still want to talk about Kevin Conway a little bit. Lynchburg, Virginia driver, still in the top 5, running 4th. And Scott Gaylord also has made his way into the top 5, getting past David Gilliland.
Kevin Conway's done a great job here today. Of course, this is his first look at California Speedway. He was back east, I think it was last night, as a matter of fact, racing a midget car, USAC midget car that he races in. And looks like that the 16 car is that actually gotten back on the lead lap.
I was just inquiring about that a moment ago, but he is being posted now. Austin Cameron in the 7th position. And I believe Austin Cameron's going to be coming down on the pit lane now. He had made his way back on the lead lap, but he had a pit stop to make. And so Cameron now on pit road as we are still under green. And boy, was he hoping for a caution
Yeah,
flag.
and they really need to get on and off pit road in a hurry. This is going to be a big deal here to lose as little time as possible. And you can see that car is really heated up. You can see the steam coming out the right side overflow there. He's really gotten that car hot. So they're going to change 2 tires there and